The Porsche 911 GT2 was a high-performance sports car built by the German manufacturer Porsche from 1993 to 2012. It was based on the 911 Turbo, and uses a similar twin-turbocharged engine, but features numerous upgrades, including engine upgrades, larger brakes, and stiffer suspension calibration. The GT2 is significantly lighter than the Turbo due to its use of rear-wheel drive instead of all-wheel drive, and the lightening or removal of interior components. As a result, the GT2 was the most expensive and the highest trim level within the 911 lineup. Road car equals 993 generation equals. The 993 generation GT2 was initially built in order to meet homologation requirements for motorsports. Because the cars were built to meet the GT2 class regulations, the road cars were named accordingly. The 993 GT2 featured widened plastic fenders and a larger rear wing with air scoops in the struts. The 993 GT2's original 3.6L engine developed 320.8 kilowatts. In 1998 it was upgraded to 335.7 kilowatts. 57 road cars were built. Technical specification. In 1995, this Porsche had a safety car and Formula One role, most notably at the Belgian Grand Prix. Equals 996 generation equals, in 1999, the 993 generation 911 was replaced with the new 996 model. It would be 2 years before a new GT2 model would arrive. During that time, Porsche decided to abandon the GT2 for motorsports use, instead concentrating on the new naturally aspirated 911 GT3. Developed primarily as a road car in contrast to its predecessor, the new GT2 featured a twin-turbocharged version of the GT3's 3.6L H6 engine. It featured an output of 462 picoseconds, which was later increased to 483 picoseconds. Like the 993 GT2, its body differed significantly from those of other 996 variants. Major differences included wider fenders, a more aggressively shaped nose, and a large rear wing. According to road testing performed by Car and Driver magazine, the GT2 suffers from hardly any turbo lag. Despite a 10 mm reduction in ride height from the 911 Turbo, the drag coefficient is slightly higher, Euro 0.34 CD versus the Turbo 0.33 Euro due to the fixed rear wing. Technical specifications. Technical specification equals 997 generation equals. The Porsche 996 GT2 was superseded by the 997 GT2 in 2007 after a brief hiatus, with cars arriving at dealerships in November after an official launch at the 62nd Frankfurt Motor Show. The new 997 GT2 engine is based on the existing 3.6L flat-six engine, but now features twin variable geometry turbochargers, which generate 530 picoseconds at 6,500 rpms and 680 Nm at 2,200 rpms. The GT2 accelerates from 0 to 100 km per hour in 3.6 seconds and onto 200 km per hour in 10.6 seconds, and has a maximum top speed of 204 miles per hour. This makes it the third Porsche to exceed the 322 km per hour barrier, with the exception of the 1998 Porsche 911 GT1, a homologated race car for street use. The American Auto magazine Motor Trend tested a 2008 Porsche 911 GT2, achieving a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 3.3 seconds, and a quarter mile of 11.3 seconds at 129.1 miles per hour. The GT2 also recorded a braking distance from 60 to 0 miles per hour of 98 feet, and 1.10 g of lateral grip. The appearance of the 997 GT2 once again differs from its sister car, the 997 Turbo. It has a revised front lip, newly designed rear wing with two small air inlets on either side, and a revised rear bumper featuring titanium exhaust pipes and shark fin outlets. German Porsche test driver Walter R. Paragraph HRL recently lapped an R1 Quarter Rebürgerung Nordlift on a public day in 7 minutes, 32 seconds in the new 997 GT2. Technical specifications of the standard 997 GT2. GT2 RS. On May 4, 2010, an RS variant was announced to German dealers in Leipzig. The GT2 RS develops 620 picoseconds and 700 Nm of torque and weighs 70 kg less than the standard GT2, allowing for a top speed of 346 km per hour and 0–100 km per hour acceleration of 2.8 seconds. According to Porsche Motorsports manager Andreas Preuninger, the RS was conceived around 2007 as a skunkworks effort. The 727 code number selected for the project corresponds to one of the Nissan GT-R's lap times around the Nürburgring's Nordlief. When the dust settled, Porsche claimed that test driver Timo Kluck had supposedly eclipsed that target by an impressive 9 seconds. The GT2 RS lapped the Nürburgring in 7:18 seconds. Motorsports. The Porsche GT2 comes from a long line of 911 Porsche turbo racing cars in international motorsports. Starting with the 1974 911 Carrera Turbo for Group 5 racing, followed by the 934 for Group 4 racing, then the famous Porsche 935 which dominated Group 5 and IMSA racing through 1984. In 1986 a Porsche 961 would be created with little racing success but a leap forward in technology and development such as AWD, 4 valves per cylinder and water-cooled heads. In 1993, Porsche had experimented with the extensively modified Turbo 964, named the Turbo SLM GT. Seeing the car's potential to be fast and reliable, as well as customer demand for a car to replace the 964 Carrera RSRs, Porsche chose to develop the turbocharged 993 for customer use. The 993 GT2 race car featured a stripped interior, integrated roll cage for safety, minor adjustments to the bodywork and wings in order to decrease weight as well as increase downforce, and wider fenders to handle racing slicks. The suspension was modified to improve racing performance, while the engine was slightly tweaked for endurance. Twin KKK turbochargers, fitted with required air restrictors, allowed for 335.7 kilowatts. At the same time, Porsche also developed a Gt2 Evo, able to race in the GT1 category. The Evo saw an increase in power to 447.6 kilowatts through the use of larger turbochargers. Other modifications included a new, higher-mounted rear wing, larger fenders to house the wider tires allowed in the GT1 class, and a decrease in weight to 1,100 kilograms. The Gt2 Evo was short-lived, however, as Porsche decided to replace it with the purpose-built 911 GT1 in 1996. The GT2 and Gt2 Evos were initially campaigned in the BPR Global GT Series as well as several other smaller national series, and earned 7 wins in their class out of 11 rounds during their first full BPR season in 1996, as well as a class victory in the 1996 and 1997 24 Hours of Le Mans. In the new FIA GT Championship that year, although Porsche faced factory-backed competition from Chrysler, the 911 GT2S managed to win 3 races. By 1998, however, the capabilities of the GT2 were unable to combat the increased number of Chrysler Viper GTS RS in the series, earning only a single victory. By 1999, the GT2S had been largely overpowered by the Vipers, as well as newcomers Lister. Despite this, a GT2 prepared by Rogue Racing managed to win the GT2 class at the 24 Hours of Daytona. An increase in engine displacement to 3.8 liters in 2000 was unable to help Porsche, and support for the project ended. Porsche chose instead to concentrate on the new NGT category with the GT3 that same year. GT2S continued to be used by private teams until 2004. With the launch of the 996 generation GT2, several privateers attempted to continue on the motorsports history by building their own racing versions. Belgian PSI Motorsports 911B Turbo and German A-Level Engineering's 911 GT2 were used with mixed success in national series such as Belcar, but were not competitive in international series. References. External links: Porsche Cars North America, Porsche 997 GT2 microsite, Porsche Cars North America, 1995 Porsche 911 GT2, Porsche Cars North America, 1995 Porsche 911 GT2 Evo.